ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Around the Ropes radio show. Here are your hosts, John, Ray, Jay, and featuring Wilson's Corner with Kevin Wilson.
And guys, welcome to another episode of the Around the Ropes radio show right here. It's Tuesday night, and we got all things to cover pro wrestling. First, let me throw it to everybody, see how everybody's doing. First, let me send it over up to Boston, and apparently he's trying to look like Tony D'Angelo did on Saturday night at Vengeance Day. But Ray, what's going on?
Listen, we will talk about Vengeance Day shortly. What's going on is we are in New England, and we are enjoying our first version of spring. That's going to go on for about a week or so, and then we'll go back to like 20-degree weather, maybe another snowstorm, and then we'll have fake spring 2, which will be another couple days of 60-degree, 70-degree weather where you finally think that spring is here, and then we'll have rain, and then we'll go into blazing heat.
So I guess when you get the second round of it, it's round 2 electric boogaloo.
Seriously. But you know what? I'm just glad that there is very minimal snow and people can stop walking in the middle of the roads. They can take the sidewalks, walk on the sidewalk safely. That's huge, because when you're leaving for work at 6 a.m. and people are walking down the middle of Route 1 because there's no sidewalks, it adds a little bit more stress to your morning commute than you need.
Believe me, I totally get that. Let's go over to Queens now, where we tried to get Damian Priest, but we couldn't get him. So instead, we got Jay. Jay, what's going on?
We better get him. We got Jay. Jay got a haircut. He cut his hair completely off. Jay has got to grow it back. How you doing?
My goodness.
I'm doing good. I feel good. My haircut's good. Let's roll.
Yeah, so is mine. Can't you tell?
You look like if we put a side by side of Ray and Tony D'Angelo, can we figure out who's who?
Listen, my hair right now is at that awkward, don't know, can't do anything with it phase. It's going to be like that for a couple months, and then, it'll grow back out. So,
Let it rock.
But, guys, we got a lot of stuff to get to tonight. Obviously, we're coming off of Vengeance Day for NXT. We have a very explosive Raw from last night with a rather interesting ending.
Can I say that when you say it, we had a rather explosive Raw. I don't think Raw itself was explosive. I think maybe the last 15 minutes were.
Yeah, maybe that's probably
that's not to say that it wasn't a decent Raw. It was actually a decent Raw last night.
And I think I'm going to say, I said this last week, but I'll say this again. I feel like more and more we definitely can tell we're on the road to WrestleMania. These last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they're letting the storylines in some cases develop really fast. And for the veterans that are involved in those storylines, they're starting to cook.
Yeah. And of course, we'll also talk about everybody's favorite wrestler right now, Danhausen.
Who'd he curse last night?
The original El Grande.
Yep.
I keep saying this. This is a guy who I don't think you're ever going to see him going for a title in WWE.
No, you're not, and I think he's okay with that. I'm okay with that. I would be okay if he just does these backstage spots and curses people, and then sooner or later everybody becomes scared of like they see Danhausen walking down the hallway and the hallway clears out.
Well, I'm still waiting for the moment when we get him in R-Truth.
Oh my goodness.
I'm still waiting for that moment to happen. But guys, before we get into all that, obviously, we'll have WrestleMania talk. We'll also have Revolution talk, but we do. First of all, I want to thank our esteemed voiceover man, Mr. Wilson, for that lovely intro tonight. Mm-hmm. Don't overlap Wilson's Corner, though, so.
Hey, listen, at least he's contributing.
Yes. But we actually have a rather big announcement to make. And yes,
hold on.
Love it.
It's the choice of words that's killing me, John. A rather big announcement. Is it big or not?
It is.
Okay, so it's a big announcement. It's not a rather big announcement.
Because, like I said, I know we're talking about WrestleMania. We're talking about Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I know it's way too early to start talking about Backlash.
I mean, is it?
Well,
we start talking about WrestleMania right after Royal Rumble. We completely don't even give a shit about the we completely don't give a crap about the Elimination Chamber until it happens, right? Everything after Royal Rumble is WrestleMania. So really to talk about Backlash. Why does it sound funny? Backlash.
I don't know why it sounds funny, but
it's the right word, right? Like I'm saying the right word.
Yeah, you're saying the right word.
I don't smell burnt toast, so I'm not having a stroke. I don't know. It just felt like I wasn't saying it right.
Because actually, through our good friends over at Simply Green, definitely go check them out. We are actually, for the first time,
responsibly sourced flour,
throwing a watch party for Backlash.
Warning.
The way this is going to work is very simple. Doors open at 7. The event starts at 8, obviously. We'll be live starting at about 7:30 or so, give or take. From Simply Green. They are located at 406 Middle Country Road in Coram, New York. You don't want to miss it. And here's the other thing also. If you go in and you go shopping and you mention Around the Ropes podcast or radio show, you get 10% off on your order.
10%?
That's great.
So you don't want to miss that, guys. Again, being that this is our, we've been doing this now for 5 years, the fact that we're finally throwing our first watch party is a huge step. But guys, again, May 9th, that's where you can catch Around the Ropes, as we will be live from Simply Green, located at 406 Middle Country Road in Coram, New York. So I just wanted to mention that again. Also want to thank our sponsors as well, Simply Green, for sponsoring tonight's show as well. Definitely go check them out on Facebook, their Instagram, and their website as well for all of your THC or cannabis needs.
I got to tell you, the money that Simply Greens has given us to spruce up the Around the Ropes Simply Green studio, it's fantastic. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I just want to get into a couple things because I know we're going to lead off with Vengeance Day. At Vengeance Day, we had a new North American Women's Champion crowned, the one and only Tatum Paxley. I thought it was a very good match. We're going to put that on hold because Tatum Paxley just got jumped by Izzy Dane and the Culling. So that feud is not over. I wish it were, but it is not. I feel like Tatum give Tatum some legs, right? Like her feud doesn't have to be with the Culling for her entire championship. And then she drops it back to Izzy Dane. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. But that aside, let's hit the Vengeance Day results. As I just said, we had Tatum Paxley win her first title, her first singles title, the Women's North American title. And I'm wondering if she's going to still be the champion heading into Stand and Deliver in April. That would be fun to watch. Did anybody see Vengeance Day this weekend?
I saw bits and pieces of it. Obviously, Jay, you'd probably be better than me because, like I said, I was able to see bits.
Saw the whole thing, shebang.
What'd you think of the Tatum Paxley Izzy Dane match?
Thought it was good for what it was. It's not her first title run. She was NXT champion. This is her second title run with a.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So this is her second title. And I agree with you. I'm getting really tired of Izzy Dane and Tatum Paxley going back and forth. But I will say this. I think Tatum Paxley is a big, big deal because she was mentioned by Michael Cole last night on Raw. And for him to do that out of nowhere during a match, that speaks volume. So I think they're really impressed with her work, but it was good for what it was.
I think that I'm glad you brought that up because I did forget to mention that. I think that hopefully is planting seeds, dropping names to maybe she comes up sooner than JC Jane, which, as much as I would like that, I still think that would be a travesty. And I think that the promo that JC Jane had recently was fantastic.
I want to ask you guys this question. Obviously Tatum, like Jay, like you said before, this is her second run with the title. My thing is going to be this. Once you get past her with Izzy, who is she going to be able to work with?
Honestly, I put her with Kalani.
Mm-hmm. Bingo.
I put her right after Kalani. I put Kalani right in.
After that underground match, it could be Kalani. It could be Lola.
I say Kalani just for the fact that Lola got over Kalani, and it makes sense for Lola to go after the title.
True.
Yeah, I just think at this point, though, you have to do something, though. Because, you guys said before, I don't really have an issue with Tatum. It kind of gives her that moment. And realistically, if you don't have her with that North American title, I feel like she's lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, and you know what the worst part is? I hate the term lost in the shuffle in modern times because there really is no shuffle. The deck is just stagnant. Like back when that saying was predominant in the early to mid 2000s, the early to mid 2010s, like there was a large roster. It was easy to be lost in the shuffle then. But now it's just a perfect example. Let's look at our WrestleMania main events. Right? Cody, Randy, Punk, Roman. Where's the new blood?
I've only been screaming that to the fences for the last 5 years.
I don't think she's lost in the shuffle. I think it's more the fact that they're trying to get all these young talent over on NXT and bringing them for Evolve and bringing them to NXT and trying to get them over. I just don't think it's working the way they thought it would.
No, I think that they're trying to treat Evolve the way that AEW treated Dark and After Dark.
Yeah.
Right? Then if that's the case, then don't call it Evolve. Call it something else. Because people hear the Evolve name and they're like, oh, that's the indie stuff. And I have noticed that if you are a wrestling fan, you will watch. If you are a WWE fan, which a lot of times they like to call themselves wrestling fans, but they're not wrestling fans. They're WWE fans, and that's okay. I'm not saying that as a knock. I'm just saying if you know that somebody is a WWE fan, you can't approach them like they're a wrestling fan. You can't talk about, indie-rific people. You have to stick straight to WWE because they don't watch anything else.
It's funny, Brian, not to interrupt you there for a second, but going off what you just said, go back to the Elimination Chamber for a second.
Okay.
The reaction we got from Danhausen.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore wrestling fans like you, me, Jay, people who are watching this, know who Danhausen is. But how many people did you see on social media who are WWE fans, only watch WWE, and sit there and say, who the hell is this guy?
Well, that's why he got booed. I am convinced that is why he got booed as bad as he did when he was revealed. Because that audience is mostly WWE fans. And again, that's fine. We're not knocking it. We're just saying that you can't just do a reveal of somebody that wrestling fans know and expect the reaction to be that of wrestling fans when you kind of really only tailor your product to people that watch WWE.
And I think that's half the issue, unfortunately. And the problem is now, they've done a good job of getting. I go back to Danhausen for a second.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a good job of getting people to buy into him. I mean, you saw it in the video. I know it was during a commercial break, but I saw it, I think, somewhere on TikTok or Twitter of him coming to the ring, and he was getting a reaction that even some of the top guys don't even get.
Yeah.
I give them credit, though, because they're building him the right way.
Yeah, they're building him to be something special, but also something entertaining. I think they're hoping that he kind of gets on that R-Truth track where the crowd loves him, whether he's wrestling, whether he's doing skits, the crowd will laugh at him or laugh with him, you know. So I think that's the path they want Danhausen on. And if he stays on that path, I mean, good for him. He's making more, he's making more money there than he has anywhere else. And, kudos to him.
I mean, he also wants to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year.
Oh, yeah, yes, he does want to be inducted. That is the list of Demandhausens.
I heard, by the way, who he wants to induct him, right?
No, who did he say who he wanted to induct him?
Taker.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that now.
Let's go to the comment section here quickly before we move on here. Navarre's checking us out. Navarre, glad to see you checking us out.
Navarre.
And David.
Oh, shit. That's right. They don't do daylight savings.
No, only us. The morons.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we had to set the clocks back, or no, we had to set the clocks ahead.
They really got
an hour, so we lost an hour of sleep, Dave.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be on an hour earlier for you.
So,
We're here.
tell your friends, tell your family,
Tell your friends, family.
But let's keep going on with vengeance.
We also, to kick off the night, I thought it was a strong showing from both of these girls. Blake Monroe defeats Jada Parker. Now, I'm not sure how much I love that ending or that booking. I really feel like with what they had going on and all of the momentum that they had built behind Jada Parker, to have her lose this match that she suggested, why suggest the match if you're not positive you're going to win it? You know what I'm saying? That's to me like Adam Page picks Texas Death because he's undefeated in Texas Death. Darby Allin picks coffin matches because he's undefeated in coffin matches. Sammy Guevara picks ladder matches because he's undefeated in ladder matches. Why would you? I got frustrated with the booking on this one. It was still a solid match. I've never seen a kendo stick break from somebody being shot into it, like obliterated break. That was something new for me, but it was a solid match.
I'll say this much though. They brought in Blake Monroe. They gave her that North American title run within, I think, like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
She lost it very quickly to Thea Hale, which, by the way, when we're done with the Vengeance, they remind me, I want to get into the whole thing with Thea Hale and her comments that she said.
Yep.
And I feel
which
like
were deserved. She didn't. Nothing about what she said was wrong or no. Everything she said, I stand by wholeheartedly.
But we'll get into that in a little bit here. But I don't understand what they're doing with her. Because I figured to me, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but I figured, okay, you could ever drop the North American title the way they did. Okay, fine. I figured the next step for her would have been going after that NXT women's title.
No. I think they should have left the lightning in the bottle the way it was accidentally and let it be. Don't change nothing.
Yeah, I think they were so hung up on the fact that it was accidental. It wasn't what they had booked. So instead of booking for the moment, they had to quickly, God forbid they pivot and God forbid they pivot and your creative be, I don't know, creative. They had to make it so that she dropped the title right back.
I feel like you're punishing her.
You feel
No,
like
they pivot her to be a superstar at that moment. And what did they do with superstars? They drop them.
because they don't want any, because nobody's bigger than the company.
Yeah,
Savannah,
yes.
perfect example.
Real
That's
quick
what it is.
from Mr. Reynolds. I got to tell you this quickly, fellas. I got a faction name for Seth Rollins' group of masked goons because they're obviously wearing masks. How about the? I can't believe I read that with such.
Great vision. Take it.
Comment of the night.
I can't.
Should be a fair vision.
Like I really gotta, when it comes to David, he sneaks him in there. I gotta read the whole comment before I put it up there.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing a thing, by the way. Comment of the night.
That is comment. Blurred vision. I like it.
I call that Retribution 3.0. Oh, sorry, did I say that?
Oh God, not that word.
But my thing is this, and I go back
me
to
a migraine, John.
for a second here. When that whole thing happened, when she accidentally dropped the title to Thea,
Mm-hmm.
and I know we spoke about it, right after it happened.
Yep.
Isn't the referee supposed to not count the 3 if they know that's not the finish?
No. The referee is supposed to just continue to count.
But he did stop at one point, and then
Yeah.
he just slammed it because it was too late. If not,
He hesitated to give them a moment to kick out, and she didn't kick out, and he had to continue doing.
He had to count.
He's this far from hitting a 3. You want him to just be like, oh,
yeah, he can't do that.
Oh,
just like
no,
get kicked in the ribs by Vacant.
No, I get that. I just think, to me, I just wish they would be doing better with her, in my opinion.
I don't know. I just think they should have left it the way it was. Now
Ray,
you gotta read the next comment, but I think they should have left it the way it was. Or because it's WWE, how about the Mark order? Kind of reminds me like Paranormal Activity, the Mark ones, the Mark order, the Mark ones.
I guess we do that big anniversary show and we have to have a comedy hour. I think we find our comedian.
Right? David.
Well, that was the best night for Thea Hale and the worst night for Thea Hale.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like she's been punished for it, even though it wasn't. The funny thing is, it wasn't her screw up. Blake was the one that was supposed to kick out and didn't.
Huh.
But you know how WWE rolls, right? Curtain call happens. You can't punish Scott Hall or Kevin Nash because they're not with the company anymore. You're damn sure not going to punish Shawn Michaels because he's your biggest star at the moment. So you punish Triple H.
Yeah, you punish your future son-in-law.
Future face of the company. Quite literally.
Oh, you mean the fact that the guy's on the cover for 2K26?
Yeah, but only for one version, because then you have the Attitude Era version, which that's the one he's on the cover for, right?
No, but there's one where it's just him.
Yeah. That I forget which version that's called. I think that might be the deluxe, because then you have the Monday Night Wars, which I think is the highest tier.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I've got my PlayStation on right next to me. Hold on.
Well, while we do that, guys, actually, you know what we do? Ray, I'm going to say this one. Let's go to a quick break. You can look that up.
Yes.
We'll come back from a break, and we will get more into NXT Vengeance Day. We'll get to your comments as well. You guys are watching or listening to the Around the Ropes Radio Show. We'll be right back right after this.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HIPAA line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
And we are back here live on the Red Ropes Radio Show.
Yeah.
And guys, definitely go check out our sponsors, our friends over at Simply Green. But let's get back into this. Now, did you find the answer?
I did find the answer. He's actually on 2 of the covers for this year. He's on the King of Kings edition, which is him solo. And then he is on the Attitude. He's on the King of Kings edition and the Monday Night War edition.
Isn't that the one? Wait, isn't that the one where it's the top row is the WBF guys and the bottom is WCW guys?
WCW guys, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That is also $150. I've never paid that much for a game. I still haven't bought Borderlands 4 because of that.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm going to go on a little gamer rant. I have to because now we started it. Why are we paying the same amount for digital games where there is no processing and no manufacturing involved? There's no cases, there's no discs, as we are as with the discs. That game digitally should be like $30 cheaper. Okay, that's it.
If we can get somebody on from the gaming world, I'd love to ask them that question.
I'm just saying.
Wow. All right, you make a valid point here. Let's get back to some of the comments here. David said, let's go to David's comment first here. He goes, just been playing 2K26. Wow, what a game.
I believe it.
I hold off on Navarre's comment because I want to get into that a little bit later. It's about Cody and Drew.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to get into that one a little bit later.
I'm going off on that.
But let's get back to Vengeance Day.
Yes, let's get back to Vengeance Day. So we covered Blake Monroe. We covered Tatum Paxley. Next was the parking lot brawl with Tony D'Angelo and Dion Lennox. I've never heard of a parking lot brawl that starts in the parking lot and then ends up in the ring, and then from there on out, they stay in the ring. Last I checked, the way I grew up, a parking lot brawl didn't leave the parking lot.
Yeah. That made no sense to me. But the other
and you literally have the ref there screaming at them, you got to get this in the ring so it counts. None of this counts. It's a parking lot brawl.
I remember how it started. They were all in a circle. So I was assuming they were going to fight the whole parking lot.
Like back in Black and Gold when they had parking lot brawls, that was literally the setup. They had the cars in the circle with the locker room watching, and they would have the match.
Or when you're in a school fight, and after school, you're going to throw it down.
I mean, first of all, I will say one thing. I get what they're doing with Tony D'Angelo. They're finally getting a story. And my only thing is this, though. How are we supposed to take Darkseid seriously? I hate to say it, but how are we supposed to take them seriously now? And I've been saying that for a while. Go back to when they had the match at the anniversary when they took on the System. And they lost. I'm like, you want to make these guys look like men? I said this when Darkseid first debuted. I said it on the show. I said, I don't want them to turn into what Retribution was, but I feel like that's what they're becoming. I hate to say it because they're all talented guys, all 4 of them. But how am I supposed to take them seriously?
Do you think that Darkseid's time has passed? Do you think? Yeah. And when I say that, I mean there was one point where they were really hot, and they were running roughshod over NXT. You probably could have brought them up to the main roster tag division. And now, like you said, with all of these losses compounding,
To me, I look at it this way. And first of all, thank you, Total Tom. I appreciate that.
Total what time? What's up?
But I'm sorry, we look at Darkseid, and like I said, go back to their match with the System's anniversary. I just said it was on TNA's ground, but the System at that point, before they kicked out Moose and they kicked out before what's his face Dango retired.
Yep.
And they ended up coming back with Bear Bronson and Cedric Alexander. They were in a position they didn't need a win there. They could have taken a loss there and given Darkseid that momentum. But I think and I said it back then, ever since that loss at Slammiversary, I feel like they've been going downhill. Now I don't know if it's the group is too similar, especially like when they first started, if they were too similar to Retribution, and that's why it just never worked out. I don't know. I think what they should have done, if it was me, I'm going to do a quick booking here. I would never have announced them as NXT talent.
Whoa. I can't go all the way that far. I'm just going to say this. You guys talk about WWE giving wrestlers opportunities. I think Darkseid had a great opportunity. They put these guys that they're not using together, especially one that just came off of LFG and Cutler. And they told them, you know what, guys, you need to go out there and show us something. The person that showed us something was Sugar. Now, Sugar is the black guy. He had the voice. He knows how to cut the promos. He was killing it. I don't know what happened to Sugar. It just fell off. The other guys have not been impressive in tag team matches.
Well, I'll put it.
Dean Lennox stepped up. He is the only person that stepped up. Now, I think after a month of Darkseid being hot, I think they realize, you know what, Dion? It's all about you now. So they're making it all about Dion. And I'm going to say this about the Tony D'Angelo, Dion Lennox. That is probably the second best match of the night on that card. That was a very, very good match. I know it's silly. I know it's ridiculous. But if you look at that match, if you look at Tony D'Angelo evolve to who he is, he got really hot. He was on fire. I would put him in a storyline immediately going for the NXT title. It makes the perfect sense.
I think that's what his next step is going to be.
Yeah.
I
think
truly Darkseid dropped the ball on themselves. I blame Darkseid, to be honest, except for Dion Lennox.
I promise I can't. I blame creative because I blame creative for this reason. Creative is the one who's telling them what to do.
Get it?
I think what happened was, and I said this when they debuted, and we'll get to the comments here because Total Tom has a question for you, Jay. We'll get there in 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
And I said it when they debuted. If you remember last, has it been a year now? They've been on NXT?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it's been about a year. I remember when they debuted, I remember on the show sitting here saying, okay, why am I supposed to care about them? What's the reasoning that I'm supposed to care about them? And they're all talented guys, don't get me wrong. Cutler, obviously, Jay, like you said before, came off of the LFG stuff.
I'm not impressed with him.
Dion Lewis was in NXT, but he wasn't really being used. I mean,
well, he was because he was in a lot of backstage segments. He was with the girls.
Yeah,
he was like the bookworm with the glasses that knew everything. He would protect the girls.
Yeah, and then Shug, I think, was from DPW down in the Carolinas.
I don't know Shug as well as.
Yeah, I think that's where he came from. But my thing is this, though. To me, they become a joke.
Yeah, but you said yourself, if you're creative, you blame creative. So you can't blame creative because if you put a bunch of guys and you tell them, I need you to cut a promo, whatever, hey, this is the topic, but it's on you. It's on you to deliver, whether you deliver it the good way or you deliver a way that's not connecting with the fans. And I think some of the other members in Darkseid have not done that to their full potential. When did you see Cutler cut a promo? And if you did, Was it even good?
No, I think when they were doing the stuff in the beginning, okay, and they were randomly attacking people, yeah, I was interested in that. But I feel like they could have done something with it, though.
Honestly, I thought Mustafa Ali was going to reveal himself when I first saw him come out. I was like, here we go. Retribution 2.0. Here we go.
But my thing is this, though. That's what I said, though. I remember on the show is you turn around and you're sitting there going, oh, yeah, you got these 4 guys who are great, who are going to terrorize everybody. I mean, I just remember when they took out Obafemi. And I'm like, okay, great. You're going to have them go after these top guys, but what's the point? We've seen this before.
I don't know if you followed Dion Lennox before Dark State, but there was a backstage segment on one of the shows that Oba was the champion. He defeated Trick and Leon Slater. And he's like, yeah, one day, this could be you, but I'll be ready for it. And then Dion is like, don't worry, one day I will. He kind of like walked away, Oba, but Dion was still staring at him. So I think the seeds were planted there. I just think that they gave opportunity to a bunch of guys they weren't using, and they used their one guy from LFG that was sort of getting them the ratings in season 1. And they said, let's put him in a group. But I really think it's on the individual. I really do think that, John. I think it depends on you.
I think the argument can be made for both sides.
The argument absolutely can be made for both sides because, yes, is it up to the individual to get over with the crowd? Yes. However, if you're given shit, you can only turn so much shit into so much chicken salad. It's kind of a two-way street. And it really, for it to actually work, it's really got to be more 50-50. You can't just have this really great, perfect example, Dusty Rhodes and polka dots. You took the American Dream, one of the baddest, and put him in polka dots. Did he get the polka dots over? Yes, because he's Dusty freaking Rhodes. All right. And at that point, he had been around long enough that he was Teflon. Nothing that they could have had him wearing freaking Kyle Fletcher's Protostar pink outfit that he wears all of the time. And Dusty still would have gotten over because of the fact that it was Dusty.
I want to say this for my example. Michael Hayes was on 6 Feet Under with The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
He talked about mentoring Bobby Roode, right? Man, Bobby Roode's going to be, he's that guy. He's a leader. He's a good producer, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. But Michael Hayes is trying to teach Bobby Roode something that's still not stuck with Bobby Roode. It's basically saying, this is what we're going to do. Now here, use it. Bobby would always fight Michael because he's like, I can't use this and that and this, etc. to this with that. And he's like, we get it, but you got to use it. You got to make it work somehow. He's basically saying whatever they provide you creatively, you just got to make use of it. It may be chicken crap or whatever, or poop, but you got to make it into something. There's always something that's impossible that you got to make it possible is what he's trying to teach Bobby Roode. And that's exactly what these wrestlers got to learn too. Hey, look, it's crap. We know it, but we need you to go out there and try to get this over. How many times R-Truth delivered crap to us and it got over?
Yeah, but
now we're seeing Danhausen the same thing, right? I love Danhausen, by the way, but it's the same thing too.
But I think a lot of that, and this goes back to what I said before, I think a lot of it depends on the wrestler itself.
Yeah, exactly. It's up to them.
The argument can be made for both sides where on one hand, yes, you got to blame creative because that's what creative is telling them to do. But I agree with you, though, on the other hand, you got to put the blame on them too because, like, okay, you're in the biggest company in the world and you're not performing to the level you should be.
I agree. And I think creatively NXT has lost a step. I truly think so.
And I think a lot of it, and then we'll actually, you know what? Before I get to my comment, let me get to some of the comments here, because Total Thomas check is out tonight.
Yes. Jack and Coke, but I'm not showing. All right. So
he said, preach Jay. And then David says, an example of your blaming creative statement, John, look at Jacob Fatu. In WWE, yeah, he's great, pretty good, but slightly restricted in what he can do. But when he was back in MLW with more freedom, he was insanely off the chain.
he's a monster. Monster in MLW.
Here, I see what David's saying. But again, it goes back to my argument, though. Look at who you're talking about here.
Yeah, okay. Well, first off, how about can we talk about the level of creative freedom that existed and still exists in MLW, ROH, AEW, as opposed to the nobody's got creative freedom. This is what you got to do. Go out and do it.
Yeah. I think the fact of what Jacob did in MLW, yeah, is it legendary stuff? Absolutely. His wars that he had with Hammerstone back in the day when they brought in Contra.
Yep.
I mean, hold on. Just want to say this for a second. You always want to talk about a tag team that scared the crap out of me. When you heard that Contra music, you were scared. Because
you didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, because especially when you had what's his face, Cruel was a part of it. I mean, Cruel anywhere he comes out scares the crap out of me.
Well, yeah.
I'll put it this way: Cruel is a guy you don't want to piss off.
And John has extensive history and knowledge about pissing him off.
No, not Cruel. Other people, yes. Cruel, no. Other people, yes. But as far as with Jacob, I think the problem is I think only certain wrestlers have that creative freedom. I think that's more like the Roman Reigns, the John Cenas.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the guys that are going to have the creative freedom. Somebody like Jacob Fatu, unfortunately, is not. And I think he's doing great right now. I think what he's doing right now, especially with Drew, is great stuff. But do I think it's hurting him? No, not at all. I actually agree with Costa, what he said. Let me pull up Costa's comment here. He goes, there's nothing wrong with Jacob Fatu. Yeah, there really isn't.
Nobody said there was anything wrong with him, though.
I haven't said anything was wrong with him.
And then Navarre has a question for us. He goes, how long do you guys watch WWE? I watched it when it was in 2005.
So he's been a fan since 2005.
I was the Attitude Era. I don't know if it was 96 or 97. But I was also a big WCW fan at that time. So that was kind of like my number one.
Ray, what about you?
86.
86. Woo. The Dusty eras.
Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA, Mid-South, WCCW. Yep.
Back in the day.
It was, I watched in the Attitude Era, left and stopped watching about 02 when Cena, Brock, and all those guys came up. Got back into it in 2013. I remember the pay-per-view specifically. It was Hell in the Cell, because that was when they were strangely pushing Ryback, I think it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think
it was just a weird push out of nowhere.
Yeah, and
I think it was because they just didn't have anybody else for Punk to go at that point.
Oh boy, Jay, your best friend is in the chat.
Woo, Sub Savage. How you doing? What's up, buddy?
Oh, he goes, it's all complete trash if Savage is not involved in it. It's automatic trash. Do you understand?
That pay-per-view was a little trash, though. Right? Didn't it have Cena and Del Rio?
John's checking us out. Yeah, I think so.
It's the Jabroni J that always speaks the truth. And you don't want to miss the truth when I talk about WrestleMania later. But yeah.
And I'll just put it this way. And then I got back. I remember the story. WrestleMania, the build up to WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan up against the Authority is what got me back into wrestling.
And Shawn Michaels was the referee.
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Randy Orton and Bryan?
Yep.
And I think
the best Shawn Michaels.
Didn't I think Bryan? You just brought it up. Bryan just said it recently, and he said he thought the plan was going to be after that he thought he was going to do something with Shawn.
Mm-hmm. And then there was nothing.
Yeah, but let's keep going with the NXT Vengeance because we've got a lot more stuff to get to.
Yeah, so we already talked about Tatum and Izzy. NXT Underground match, which I thought was a great way to close out the show, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I didn't close it.
No, it was the pre-main event.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the pre. I thought that it was weird that it wasn't the main event because usually for the underground matches, because you have to take essentially the ring apart, that's usually.
When you said weird, I thought we were going to be in sync of what I was going to say. I was going to say that it's always weird that they start 5-10 minutes of the match in the dark and I can't see anything.
Bro, like what is up? It's like the Fiend all over again.
Turn up the light a little bit, please.
Something like they only have like they got like every other red light on.
I kid you not. The first 10 minutes, I didn't know
it was terrible.
You know what's going on.
You could barely see anything. Oh my gosh! But anyway, Lola Vice against Kalani Jordan. I like the way that they are. I like the way that Kalani is portraying her character right now. I think that she needs to stick with that. She needs to expand on that. Because as much as she has the face to be a face, I think having her as a heel is so much better. Because you when she was the face, she was the happy to be here face, right? And now that she is a heel, she's got the chip on her shoulder. I think that the direction that Kalani Jordan's character is going in is fantastic. I thought it was a solid match. I knew that Lola was going to win because she picked the match, and you always pick match types that you're going to win.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Going back to our earlier conversation.
Somebody should tell Blake that. Somebody should tell
Jada
that one.
Yeah, it's still, I don't know. Whatever.
Full common sense, which doesn't exist.
Not so common. So, solid match for an NXT Underground. I like that they're keeping the Underground idea alive. And so far, every Underground match that we've seen recently has had a very MMA style finish, which I am a fan of. I really want somebody to bring back that what was it, the Pit?
Yes.
That Riddle and Thatcher were in.
Love that match.
Oh my god, it was such a good
Did
match.
they do that at Extreme or something similar to that at Extreme Rules with Rollins and Riddle, if I remember correctly?
They try to do something similar like that.
Yeah, but
the Pit didn't have weapons, and it was just like MMA type.
Yeah, that was the one where Daniel Cormier was the because that was the one where Bray retired.
The Pit?
No. Maybe? You remember right after the last shot was he was holding I think it was Riddle's hand up, and then that's when they fade to black. And right before they did that, all of a sudden that's when you started hearing the music being played. If somebody could look that up, I think that was the PLE when Bray Wyatt initially made his return. I don't know why I'm thinking that's the one. Because if I remember correctly, that's when they started showing everybody, all the characters in the audience, and then that's when they showed the music. And that was the big pop of the night.
That I don't know. I know the Pit had 2 matches. The first one is always the best one. It was
of course.
Timothy Thatcher versus Matt Riddle. And then the second one was Timothy Thatcher versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes. Which actually, when we get to AEW talk, I want to definitely touch on Ciampa turning heel, because it seems like they kind of repeated the NXT heel turn.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It was Extreme Rules 2022.
Ooh.
Yeah, Rollins won the fight pit. The arena lights went dark. And then the White Rabbit appeared across the arena. And then that's right. Then you had the characters pop up in the crowd with the spotlight going to it, and then walked out holding the lantern.
Yeah.
As the crowd absolutely detonated.
That was in Philly, if I remember correctly.
It was in Philly, yep.
Yeah, that was Wells Fargo. Well, the arena formerly known as the Wells Fargo Center. I don't know. I think it's now the Xfinity Arena, I think.
Probably. I don't know.
Probably.
But I know we still got one more match to get into.
Yep. And that would be the NXT Championship match. The main event, Joe Hendry versus Ricky Saints. I
have no issue with it.
I don't have an issue with it. I had an issue with a couple of things that happened in it. Joe Hendry as your like everybody calls him the inspiration, right? He's the inspirational face. Him using the low blow after Ricky. I understand it was after Ricky low blowed him, but he's not a gray face. He is a white inspirational, and I don't mean like white because he's white. I mean like in terms of colors. Like you can have the gray face like Austin was, and you have the white face like Hogan was, back in the 80s. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, train, brother. Just don't be black and date my daughter. So for him to use the low blow, it didn't sit right with me. But that's really all I got. Other than that, good match.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with Joe Hendry. I know we kind of spoke about it last week about why Joe Hendry wasn't part of the call-ups. I think you had to keep him down there for the only reason you weren't going to have, oh, God, why? You know what? We're going to bring him in after the break because, guys, we're going to go to a quick break, and we have somebody in the waiting room who will be joining us.
Before you say that, you know what? I'm going to keep Joe Hendry down there for a while because I didn't like the match whatsoever.
Hold on, Jay. Before we get to, I'll definitely get your thoughts on it.
Really like
a little commercial. We'll be right back. Jay will give his thoughts. We'll bring in our guests, and we'll get to some more wrestling. If you are watching or listening to the Roundups Radio Show, we'll be right back right after this.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents Wrestling Against Cancer 11. Come see Nikita Koloff, women's matches, Cali Man, Nelson Iser, Kelly Clark, and more. Wrestling Against Cancer at Bay Haven Charter Academy, Saturday, April 25th. Front row tickets $20, second row $15. General admission just $12. Kids 5 and under free. Doors open at 5. Bell time 6:30. Proceeds go to Pam Clements Medical Expenses.
And we are back here live on the Around the Ropes Radio Show. Guys, definitely appreciate all the comments coming in tonight. Guys, we have a lot of stuff we're getting to. Jay, let's get to what you were going to say about the match quickly? I know we kind of teased that before the break.
Yeah, I didn't like this match. I didn't like it whatsoever. Joe Henry should stay there from what I've seen. Even though he's 37 years old, he's going to be 38 in May. But was I impressed with Joe Henry in this match? No, I wasn't. I thought his selling wasn't even good to get me convinced that he's even in trouble in this match. I don't like what they're doing with Ricky Saints, guys. I'm sorry. You guys always preach that they need somebody AEW when he was champion and they needed to win the whole NXT title because they got no names. I agree with you on all that. But Jesus, you're making Ricky Saints look like and you know the rest. And that's not what Ricky Saints is all about. So I don't like what they're doing with Ricky Saints. I thought NXT, the worst segment of the year, goes to Ricky Saints with his guitar and his singing. That was probably the worst thing I ever encountered for 12 minutes of live TV. But I didn't like this match. It was nothing impressive. I wasn't impressed with both guys. The only person in this match that I was impressed that was not in the match was Ethan Page.
I get that. So we get a couple comments here. David checking us out. David Gold checking us out. David, how you doing, my friend?
Goody, David.
David says, if I remember correctly, in the UK Indies, Joe Hendry was more of a tweener than a face or a heel.
Well, when he was first in TNA, back when it was Impact and run by Dixie, and he was there with Grado, that's what he was. He was that gray shade. Like, he wasn't a face, but he wasn't a heel. You know, he was just kind of a dick. So I just don't. Like to have him be the and he had the same theme song, by the way. I just want everybody to realize that theme song is not new.
No,
you know, so to have him just be like this white meat baby face, just call him the inspiration. Oh, he's an inspiration. It doesn't fit him.
Yeah, no, I get what you guys saying. But guys,
we should just make Joe Henry back to a lawyer, right? Let him be a lawyer for Rusev and everything, and let him play that role.
All right, guys. He's in the waiting room right now. He's going to probably start bitching and complaining that I kept him in the waiting room too long. But the host of Wrestling with Savage, you can hear him all over the place.
He's all over.
And only Greek Savage joins the show. Greek, how you doing tonight?
Hey. Oh, he's really all over. He's driving.
Unbelievable, John. No, I'm not going to bitch. But I am going to say this. You will pay for making me wait in that fucking waiting room at Vindication. I will make sure of that. You should be blessed and honored that I'm even here in your presence to make some announcements. But before I say anything, what's up, Jay? What's up, John? I don't know that guy's name yet, but I'll find it out eventually. I don't know if I need to know his name. What's your name?
Ray.
What's up, Ray? Shout out to Anthony Loves Wrestling. Congratulations to him. He's getting married. Anyone that knows my show knows him. And I just want to give a quick shout out to him. As you know, CCW has a show coming up May 2nd. And, of course, my client Tiffany Grady will be there. The Greek god Papa Don will be there. And, of course, CCW will be at the big event. I will be there with Savio Vega. So it's a good opportunity to come down, meet him, get some signatures. There'll be a lot of other B-list celebrities there for sure. Maybe some C-listers, some D-listers. And, of course, the greatest fucking minded professional wrestling himself will be there. Savage will be there. It's not every day you get to get an autograph from someone that was in the ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania like Savio Vega. So you might want to take the opportunity to meet him. Quick comment about DJ Storms. DJ Storms is a piece of shit, and he has managed to get into my client's head. He has managed to at least try to get into Ox Adams' head by messing with him at Battle in the Borough, by getting Phil Insane arrested, by interfering in my match, by assaulting me, by touching me, by ripping my suit. Listen to me, and listen to me carefully. At Vindication, only one thing's going to happen to PJ Savage. I heard he's training. I heard he's working harder than he ever has in his life because he damn well knows what challenge he faces at Vindication when he takes on Big Ox Adams with the greatest mind in this fucking business in his corner. And there's nothing PJ Savage or any other human is going to do when it comes to Big Ox Adams. So we'll see you at Vindication, PJ Savage. All these wrestlers, they always talk about how they're hungry. You hear that, right, John Blaine? I know you're always fucking hungry, but you hear these wrestlers. They go on and on about how hungry they are and they want it. No one is more hungry than me. And no one is more hungry than people that I manage. Because I only select the wrestlers that can eat and still be hungry. Understand? There's a difference between being hungry and having a never-ending appetite. And that's me. And you should know that by now, John Plain. This is the point in the fucking segment where you can ask me some questions.
I'll leave it to Ray. Actually, Jay, I'll throw it to you first.
Savage, you always drive with the belt? This is awesome.
I'm actually getting this. I'm dropping the belt off right now to get gemmed up for my client, Ox Adams.
So, Savage.
So I have it in the safest place that I know, which is on my shoulders.
Savage, you talk about Ox, PJ Savage, going to be one of the biggest matches in Vindication. What is Ox Adams exactly going to do? And do you have a game plan going into PJ Savage in Vindication?
Ox Adams is going to do what he does best, which is crush human bodies. Most people he gets in the ring with are either half his size or smaller.
That's true. This squashed Daniel Alexander. You're right.
I'm not worried about PJ Savage. He's well fed, but he's not hungry.
Not hungry.
I think Vindication is definitely going to be interesting to see. But Ray, do you have anything?
I got nothing. I am in awe of the fact that this man is just driving around with the belt on his shoulder in the safest place he knows, just because he can.
Cutting promos better than any stupid fuck in the business today. There isn't a fucking man, woman, child alive who can get in a ring and cut me down in a promo. Ain't gonna happen. Not today, not tomorrow. And it may take 5 years, it may take 10 years, but before John Blaine gets buried in a box and is dead, he will be able to say Savage was on my podcast. That guy right there.
Okay, I'm gonna put you.
I mean, listen, he's got me. He already talked me in. Man's got me excited.
But here's my question to you now, Savage. We saw at the last show there was a little bit of an issue between you and your client there, Ox.
Yeah.
How do we know that's not going to play a role in this match?
He doesn't have to worry about any teammates that he doesn't know or has never wrestled with before. He had no chemistry with Tiberius, but he did have chemistry with Phil Insane. And what did DJ Storms do? Like a little bitch, he had to go and call the cops. He probably used his dad's connections and got someone to go pull some strings and got this man literally like pulled off the plane, arrested, couldn't compete. We had my team locked up for weeks. And then he goes and pulls that bullshit because that shows you the kind of man he is. He can't fight. He can't fight what I am. He isn't even close to being on my level in a mental capacity, obviously a physical capacity. And when it comes to professional wrestling, DJ Storms has to do things underhandedly. He can't be upfront about it. He has to go in the shadows and do all these little bitch things. If you notice, Savage, very open. I tell you exactly what I'm going to do to you, how I'm going to do it to you, when I'm going to do it to you, and there's still nothing you can do about it. Not DJ Storms, though. Has to lurk in the shadows like a little troll. Where he tries to be Tony Khan without the billions.
Let me ask you this now. Do you think him beating your team, do you think that was him or do you think that was a fluke?
No, it was him 100%. What are you kidding me? Why else would there be a wrestler ready there to replace Phil Insane so conveniently?
He's the booker.
Why is Tiberius even there? He wasn't even on the show. Oh, Phil Insane gets arrested. Tiberius, I need you to come through. Oh, who also called PJ Savage? Did I call PJ Savage? No, Storms did. He called PJ Savage to try to get into Ox's head at the beginning of the night. He knows he has a big match, big obligations. He's got to go against 3 competitors. He doesn't know if he can rely on Tiberius. He has all that going into that match. Come on, man. It's nonsense. DJ Storms is a punk. All right, he's more of a punk than CM Punk.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this much. Again, I'm not taking sides on this. Obviously, this isn't the issue between you and Storms, but who's to say Storms didn't say anything, and that was basically how he pulled this off.
Doesn't matter what he pulled off. He may have won his little battle in the borough, but it's a good thing the war in the world will never end. As long as I'm in it, this war is ongoing. And it's not going to just stop with this little shenanigans that happen at Battle in the Borough. At Vindication, I will do what I do best, and that's advise my client to perfection on how to destroy PJ Savage, because I've watched PJ Savage. I know all his moves. I know his spots. I know his signatures. I can spot everything that's coming before it comes, and I'll be there ringside to make sure my client hears all the call-outs and understands what to watch out for. Even though he doesn't even need my help, but the fact that he has someone like me who can watch a wrestler wrestle and then break it down and then advise my client to pinpoint every single weakness, get the job done.
Well, Savage, you have a stroke there.
Stroke? No. I don't have a stroke. I die in the middle of Monday Night Raw live in probably 42 years.
I was going to say this much. Why don't we up the antes a little bit? I'm going to propose this right now.
Up the antes?
John, do not get yourself in trouble.
Now John's getting involved.
John, do not get yourself in trouble.
Go ahead, John.
What happened last time?
You
I'm
already
not
know.
getting myself in trouble.
Go ahead.
Savage has a lot to say, and I know damn well DJ Storms has a lot to say. Why don't we set something up on the show? I'll mediate it. I'll have Big Savage on. I'll have DJ Storms on.
So you're saying like a face-to-face panel,
Face-to-face
before their clash here on the Around the Ropes radio show.
Why the hell not?
John, I don't think you can afford my booking fee, to be honest. This one was a favor. So I don't know. Unless I'll have to think about it, because to me, it's a complete waste of time to talk to a fucking moron.
Unless you're afraid.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it is, John. It has to be that. It has to be that. Why don't you send him the link? We're here now. Get him in here now.
Challenge.
He threw the gauntlet down, John.
We're here now. Well, what are you talking about always? See, that's the problem with everybody. It was let's do it later. Let's do it later. Nobody wants to get shit done right now. We're here now. Is he ready?
He's already doing it. He's doing it
I'm
right
sending the link right now.
I don't think he's ready. He's not.
You drive without hands.
He's not ready. Listen, I got to drop off the title. I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right, sir.
I'll be back. I'll stay right here. Don't worry.
I like how he just drives without his hands. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, guys, this is definitely.
How many hands does that man have? He's got one on the belt. He's got got one on the phone.
Where's DJ Storms? I don't see him.
Well,
he's still looking. He's looking for it.
the link was sent.
The link was sent. All right. So really quickly, we do
NXT
have
is done.
NXT is done. Jeez Louise. Going into Raw from last night, we saw that Danhausen cursed El Grande Americano, the original. And then I don't know if anybody else catched it, but after that Danhausen segment, as they were getting ready to cut away to commercial, you saw in the background of the hallway that Americano Original was walking down, two masked men sort of kind of come out of the hallway and start creeping up behind him. It was after Danhausen had disappeared and after Danhausen had cursed him. So do you think that there's maybe something that's showing or going to show Danhausen possibly?
Danhausen sucks. Looking at Danhausen reminds me of AEW. I don't give a shit about Danhausen or all his curses. He can curse everybody till the cows come home. This just shows you how stupid people are. The fact that he's selling merch, the fact that people are cheering for this thing, because that's what he is. He's a thing. He's not even a professional wrestler. I've never seen him have one good match. He's a clown. He does clown shit. And yeah, great. We need clown shit. I guess, in WWE, right? But we already have clown shit because the whole show is a fucking clown show. There's only one good storyline on all three brands right now.
There is? I got none.
The only storyline I have any interest in is obviously Roman and Punk.
And Punk.
I will say this about Danhausen. Danhausen does wrestle, but he wrestles females.
I'm talking about wrestling matches, man.
The same. Wrestle Priscilla Kelly, wrestle Johnson at GCW.
He doesn't wrestle. He doesn't
wrestle female. GCW, they booked him in wrestling females. It's embarrassing. It sucks, but it is what it is.
I just heard from DJ Storms. Unfortunately, he is not able to be on tonight. He is
Sure. So there it is right there. There it is right there. See, what do you think? He's busy right now? He's not running around getting fucking championships crowned out, gemmed out, putting gemstones in that thing for my man. What's he doing probably right now? I guarantee you it involves baby lotion and tissues.
Oh,
for his baby-sized genitalia.
You forgot his comb.
All right. In the words of Vince McMahon, that man has no testicular fortitude whatsoever.
No grapefruits.
Nothing.
See you guys get mad. I want to see you guys.
He's not a genetic jackhammer. He's a genetic Play-Doh. He's like a piece of Play-Doh. You just smush around.
He's a genetic ball peen hammer.
Yeah.
Guys, again, don't miss your opportunity to go see Vindication. Savage, you want to just give the details again?
I believe Vindication is coming up on April 11th in some dump in New Jersey. If you follow me or DJ Storms, I'm sure John Blaine's going to be advertising it too on his socials. You got the graphics. Actually, I have to make a graphic. I think I'm going to make a graphic for you because what are you doing? You're on commentary?
I have no idea. Nobody said anything.
John doesn't know. Well, John, what kind of? I thought you were a What are you anyway? What's your title? You're a professional journalist, or you're just a podcaster? You're a radio host. What would you call yourself in this business?
Radio host.
Oh, okay. You're a radio host.
You're a radio host of a podcast?
You're a radio host who doesn't even know when he's booked.
Unfortunately, the boss hasn't said anything to me yet. If the boss tells me,
don't call him a boss. He's not a boss.
If the guy who's booking the show doesn't tell me I'm on the show, then I'm not going to tell people I'm on the show.
Well, it shows you what kind of booker he is. He might even be stupider than the people that cheer for Danhausen.
But yes, guys, I will take it live. And I think, Jay, you and I will probably have the pre-show again. If you're going to be there.
Yep.
So you know, do the pre-show. And I know, actually to promote it quickly, I know coming up this Thursday, Professor Danhausen, DJ Storms actually has on the Countdown show Anthony Garcia and Rick Recon coming on.
Ooh.
So you're not going to want to miss that. Rick Recon is definitely one I'm interested to hear from because nobody really has heard from him since he really changed his whole persona, so to speak.
No, at least he's not running around with paint on his face cursing people, so that's a plus.
Exactly. But, Savage, you're allowed to say if you want. It's up to you.
What's left to say? Obviously, don't forget about CCW on May 2nd, May Day, at the Queen's Elks Lodge, actual historic building. I don't know if you were aware there was wrestling in Astoria, Queens on Saturday night. So all that footage is on the Wrestling with Savage YouTube page. You can watch Splendid Bobby taking on, I believe it was Geronimo. I almost forgot his name, but yeah, Geronimo over there. Likes to hop around like his name suggests. Good match, but good crowd. Felt nice to be in Astoria. I was born and raised in Astoria, and I got to see why I moved out of Astoria after looking around at all the ugly faces in the crowd. But it was a packed house. Shout out to ECPW for putting on a good show in Astoria at the beer garden. It's a good time.
Absolutely. But I'm glad you're able to join us, and can't wait to see you at Vindication.
Yeah. Definitely. I'll see the notification. What else did I want to say? Is there anything else to be said? I don't know. Jay, well, how you doing, man? You like this Tuesday night change? It's different from Mondays, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Yeah. In a few weeks, I see. Since I'm not doing my podcast, I figured I'd come on the next best podcast, which is John's. I'll give him some props. He knows how to do one thing good.
He's the radio host.
He's the radio host. Is this shit on YouTube, John, right now, or is it just on the radio?
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
No, we're on YouTube, Facebook.
I gotta look. I can never find it on YouTube.
No, we're on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Yeah, send it so I can subscribe to you. Give you one more subscriber. That will bump you up to what, 52?
Something like that.
I'm just fucking with you.
All right, so
You got Jay in here. This guy to my above me looks like he knows what he's talking about too. I chime in from time to time. So you keep up the consistency. You guys got a good thing going here. You know, just keep going. Don't give up.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Much love.
You're doing a good job somehow. Somehow you're doing a good job.
It's because of his co-host.
We try.
Probably. Yeah.
All right, talk to you soon.
Later, Savage.
Adios. Have a good night, boys.
All right, brother.
We're gonna go to break and then we'll react.
That man was a walking tornado.
Yeah,
He
well,
speaks the
guys,
truth.
I didn't say he doesn't. I'm just saying that man walked in, wrecked shit, and left.
Me and John know this from experience.
We're gonna react after this. You're watching or listening to the Rhinos Radio Show. We'll be right back right after this.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HOPE line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
And we are back here live on the Rhinos Radio Show. Now, if you guys missed it before, or you missed any of tonight's show, definitely go back to our YouTube page, go back to our Facebook page. And guys, I will say right now, after tonight's show, this show will be up on our Spotify, Apple. Yeah, we're back.
Sure. We're back.
We are back. Hey, John.
Well, I was about to say this.
How much does it cost to subscribe to our YouTube?
It's $3.99.
$3.99, my favorite price. If it's free, I'll take 3, please.
I'll please say, with how prices are going these days, we're the only ones that aren't going to raise our prices because of inflation.
Never.
Seriously, I mean, the way prices are going these days, that very soon free is going to be too expensive.
Yeah, keep watching us. We saving y'all a lot of money.
But definitely appreciate Savage for hopping in here for a few minutes, even though you probably hear him all the way in. I guarantee you, David, who lives all the way in across the pond, could have heard Savage speak and didn't even have to listen to the show.
I think Storms heard it. That's why he backed out.
Well, but quickly, reaction, thoughts about what Savage said.
Well, I'll just say this real quick. You and I have experience with Savage, so he backs up everything he says. So I'm truly excited for vindication and what's going to happen with PJ Savage and what's going to happen with DJ Storms.
But here's the only part I will say, though. Is it I agree with what you're saying. He does back up with what he always says. But if you remember going to Battle of Borough 2, he kept saying, my team's could be the dominant team. And look at what happened.
It's not the booker. Freaking Storms is the booker.
Yeah, but he picked the team, though.
Yeah, but then he got all these cops involved, got Phil and St. Al, all this. What's that about? Because he's insane? That's Phil insane, man.
Plain and simple, Greek Savage is afraid of DJ Storms.
Whoa, I'm not going to say that.
Are you? I did not think you are a betting man, John Blaine. I did not at one point think that you were a betting man, but clearly you are, because you are gambling your life away.
I would love to see him come after me, the radio host.
Did you just challenge Savage?
Are you getting in the ring?
Wait, hold on. Did you just challenge Savage after he left the show? John.
Where's your Storm t-shirt? I think you have one in the back.
I said what I said.
Challenge him during the show when he was on here.
I said what I had to say. I know he's listening. I know he's watching.
I mean, listen, Savage, if you heard that, the link's still good.
Yeah, he heard it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that Facebook comment from Greek Savage. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah,
yes, sir, you did. By all means, that link is still active.
I told him you back up everything you say, but John doesn't seem to.
John doesn't seem to think that.
He saw it too, but I guess he didn't quite.
And if the opportunity comes up, again, I'm not booking Vindication. That's DJ Storms.
Correct.
But I would get into the ring with Greek Savage, go one-to-one with him on the microphone.
Ooh.
John, what is in your water bottle?
Use my phone to start.
Probably Jack and Coke.
It's getting
A lot of Jack and no Coke. The Coke's on the counter. Understand what I'm saying?
It's taking all the Jacks down. Go ahead. And David Reynolds said, John is legit tough, Ray. Sold the shit out of a mandible claw from Dr. Sleep. LOL. I actually met Dr. Sleep and he did laugh about it when I brought it up. So, yeah, you're right.
I'm just going to say this much right now. You tend to, when you've been doing this, as long as I've been doing this, okay? Oh, God, why is he back?
You called him out.
Savage, please, by all means.
I want to know the truth, though. What drugs are you on tonight?
Jack,
did you tell me? Because I'd like to take some. What drugs did you decide to ingest tonight?
Nothing.
All of them. Short answer.
You want,
all
wait,
of them.
You really, are you sure about this, John? You want to get in the ring and go one-on-one on the mic?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
But we have a mic right here, right now. Why don't you go one-on-one right here, right now?
Because this is the show. This is in Vindication.
Oh, because you want to be in the ring.
No, I've been in the ring before.
No. You want to be in the ring during a show.
It could help boost ratings, yes. I think you should give him a little taste, John. Give him a little taste. Give him a little taste.
What was it that CM Punk said about Roman's dad? Said something about he's going to bury Roman next to his dad.
That is correct.
So I want to know, John, is your dad dead?
No, he's actually right over here.
Literally
actually right over there.
Who do you love that's dead so I can bury you next to them?
Oh, no.
Savage, I'm going to cut you. I'm going to cut
Yeah,
you. I'm going to cut you off right there.
Come on. I want to know. Who's dead? Is grandma dead? How about your great-grandma? Where's she buried at? Let's go.
Oh, John.
Savage, just remember one thing. I control the microphones in this room. I can cut you off quicker than DJ Savage.
Yeah, but I already said what I wanted to say. Your friend told me to come back.
You cut this man off. I will turn his microphone back on. You were the one that opened your mouth and inserted your whole leg, John Blaine.
Yeah, I didn't come in here challenging you to anything. Actually, I gave your show some props, and as soon as I leave and I'm not around, you want to get real brave.
I told you should have said it to him during his time here.
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead, lay down the challenge, and then when Storms is done with his baby lotion and tissue paper, maybe he can pick up your call and you guys can work something out. I mean, I would be glad to demonstrate my abilities in front of you, your friends, your loved
Your
one.
friends.
Savage, I'm going to put it to you this way. Point blank simple. Just like, because I know Jay said how you're able to always back up with what you say.
Yeah.
And I don't take that away. You do. But when you backed up, when you keep backing, say, oh, I back everything up. Yeah, look what happened at the last show.
Yeah, and I gave you all the reasons on why that happened, though. See, kind of like what a lawyer does in a courtroom. They provide the evidence, and then the jury has a decision. That's called life. It's called discussion. It's called debate. I understand that your brain doesn't work at the same rate mine does, and that's okay. That's okay, John, because I can slow it down for you if need be. Do you need me to remind you of all the things that happened? Am I lying? Am I lying about the things that happened, or is everything that I've said thus far factual? I'm just wondering.
What you're saying is factual, but look what happened.
Factual.
And look what happened, though.
Yeah, and I told you why it happened. I mean, what is the heart? What is the not understanding? I mean, it looks like your hosts over here, your other co-hosts, are understanding it. But you are having a problem understanding it. So I'm wondering, where is the disconnect?
Okay, Savage. This isn't your show. This is my show. This isn't you talk for 25 minutes and then I don't say anything, okay?
Well, I just asked you a question and then I kind of stopped and I'm still not getting an answer.
What I was about to say is this. You go back to what happened. Yes, you were able to back it up. I'm not going to take that away from you.
Uh-huh.
But maybe because DJ didn't say anything, maybe he didn't want to give away his plan.
What? So what you're saying is DJ Storms was a little bitch who was planning and conniving and doing things in the shadows, kind of like what I said before when I came in.
No, it was also very simple.
I got to be honest, John. You're not helping anybody's case right now. Especially.
Yeah, I don't think John would be a good defense attorney at all.
I got to use the bathroom, so you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Oh. What's going on with the
Whoa, John.
Look, I just made the host. I just made the host tap out on his own show. This is now the Wrestling with Savage show until John decides to come back in, I guess. But it's okay. Listen, DJ Storms, we all know what he is. And if you don't know what he is, then you're too stupid to see it. And that's fine.
Probably has the worst super kick I've ever seen. But go ahead.
There is no cure for stupidity, people.
Never has been.
The most rampant disease running wild on earth today. Stupidity of the masses.
I've never seen a challenge by someone and the challenge just backed out.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. It's wild. It's wild. I don't know. But Jay, what do you think would happen if John Blaine got in the ring and proceeded to cut a promo on me? What do you think the results would be?
Sorry, John. I love you, buddy, but I know what Savage is about. I know him since I was a kid. This guy brings the heat. He brings the fire. He brings the intensity. If you didn't see that, folks, you just missed the last 25 minutes of what Savage could give you. He's giving you a little taste of CCW coming up. He's giving you a little taste of Big Apple event coming up in March. He's giving you a little taste of Vindication, what's going to happen with DJ Storms and his cheating, conniving ways as Booker. You are seeing the true power of Greek Savage right now. Homo smashing anybody that's willing to challenge him. And you just seen it with John Blaine. John Blaine challenged Greek Savage to a promo battle, and he backed out. I cannot believe this. I think John is coming back with some heat. But if I see him with a DJ Storm shirt, we're going to cut his camera off, all right? That's what
John Blaine's kind of like Logan Paul. He's got to write his promos on his wrist.
Listen, you can tell how much Savage enjoyed what he just did simply by the way he just lit that cigarette.
Yeah.
This guy drives without hands. He drives with a cigarette in his hand. He drives with no. I don't know, man. This guy does it all. I'm telling you, how are you going to challenge someone that does it all?
You're not.
A little crazy.
You're not.
How are you going to challenge somebody who was just on your show, then left, then came back on your show,
Listen,
and then you
this
left?
business, the wrestling business is about passion. And I have more passion in my fucking pinky than 98% of the people wrestling today. Because I'm not just one of these ordinary managers. where I just do things from the shadows. I have no problem getting my hands dirty. I have no problem getting my head bashed through a table. I have no problem getting hit in the face with a steel chair because I'll get back up. Just because I'm a manager doesn't mean I can't take physical abuse that comes along with being a professional wrestler, because I used to be a professional wrestler. And that's what separates me from the majority of the people that are trying to be managers. A lot of them were wrestlers too. They weren't good. They weren't good in the ring. They weren't good on the mic. They're still not good in the ring. And they're still not good on the mic. And I can sit here and name them all. Because guess what? I'm friends with most of them. That's the difference between me and the little guys like John Blaine who want to open challenge someone that was just in their room and then challenge them when they leave the room. That's the difference between me and him. I take him to dinners with Swerve Strickland, not the other way around. Not the other way around.
Savage,
Mic drop.
If I could say, after observing you for the first time and interacting with you, I gotta say, if I were to say who you most remind me of, it's a cross between Bobby Heenan with your physicality and Paul Heyman.
Excellent. Those are two gentlemen, especially no offense to Paul Heyman. He is the current GOAT, greatest of all time, all that. Cuts the promos, takes the bumps, builds the moments, creates magic.
Mm-hmm.
9 out of 9 times. That's how good he is. But I grew up on Bobby Heenan. And I grew up on Bobby Heenan. I wasn't there watching replays or like some of these kids now. They watch everything on YouTube. Oh, I've seen it all. There's a big difference between watching a clip on YouTube and then actually watching it happen live. Being alive when it was going down. Being alive when Bobby Heenan was getting chased around by Ultimate Warrior in a steel cage after a year-long pursuit. You know what I mean? Yep. That's what it's about. Because the pop that Warrior got when he finally laid it in on the Weasel, that's what it's about. That's a lost art today, too. A lot of the managers.
Just like the original primetime wrestling before they had Raw, where it was they'd show a match that was pre-taped, but you had the banter between Heenan and Monsoon, after the match. It was fantastic.
That was sometimes better than the actual wrestling.
Absolutely.
That's what made it so good. But yeah, rest in peace. And Gorilla Wings.
I'm staying out of this.
Yeah, I came back.
The Terminator's back. Come on, John, kill me.
I mean, give him credit. He came back. I do want to say, kudos to John for coming back.
Well, shit, his show. He should be back. Where is he?
Well, also, Ray, as a professional, I was actually about to throw it to a break here in a second.
Oh.
What's up with all these breaks?
We do have to pay the bills.
You can't cut off Savage with a cancer commercial. Oh, that's not cool.
No, Savage, I'll just put it to you this way.
It's okay. I understand. You got to keep the lights on. I get it.
Well, I was saying this before we go to our last break of the night here. I understand what you're saying, okay? But as long as I've been in this, I have been told countless amount of times that I don't have what it takes. And
I never said you don't have what it takes. I just said I'm going to murder you on the mic, just like I would murder anyone. I would murder MJF. I stood toe-to-toe with the greatest wrestler in the history on the mic. There's never been anyone better than The Rock on the mic, right or wrong? Am I right or right? I'm right about that, right?
Yeah.
You're correct.
I stood toe-to-toe with The Rock. Not only did he give me the mic, he gave it back to me again. You get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, he also wanted to fucking meet me, but I was so elated with what had just happened that I immediately just left after that. But apparently he was looking for me. I missed that opportunity. And that's the most important thing in this business is opportunities. And when you miss one, you miss one. I missed that one. I won't miss the next one. And a big difference between me and a lot of people in this business is they're not as good as I am at creating opportunities out of thin air. by either walking through a door you're not supposed to go to, because that's you, John. You see a door that says do not enter, you're not going to go close to it because you're a good little law-abiding citizen. And you'll sit there behind that door while guys like me will walk in and they think I own the place.
I'll just leave it with this, Savage, that you don't really know who I really am.
I know exactly who you are. You are like the other 7.8 billion morons running around on this planet. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Planet. All right, fine. Not 7.8. Let's say 7.2. All right. There's a few people left with common sense somewhere.
Well, Savage, as much as I'd love to have you on, we got to go to one more break, and then we got to wrap up the show. So, guys, we're going to send it over to Wrestling Against Cancer, and we'll be right back right after this. You are watching or listening to the Round Road Radio Show. We'll be right back right after this.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents Wrestling Against Cancer 11. Come see Nikita Koloff, women's matches, Cali Man, Nelson Iser, Kelly Clark, and more. Wrestling Against Cancer at Bay Haven Charter Academy, Saturday, April 25th. Front row tickets $20, second row $15. General admission just $12. Kids 5 and under free. Doors open at 5. Bell time 6:30. Proceeds go to Pam Clements Medical Expenses.
And we're back here live on the Round Road Radio Show. Obviously, we got a full. I'll just say this right now: if you missed any of tonight's show, definitely go back and watch it. You don't want to miss it. And checking us out on Facebook. I have to bring her up because if not, I will never hear the end of it. My other half. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Amanda, you got to give him extra cuddles tonight.
He's going to need the cuddles. John, listen, just be lucky in like 10 years when I'm super fucking famous and all these clips go fucking viral. You're welcome, brother.
I appreciate that. But what I was trying to say beforehand is very simple. I have been fighting my way for this show for the last couple of years. And I will go toe-to-toe. Yeah, will I die on the hill? Yeah, probably. But I will go out with my head held high, knowing that I shut people up.
Well, I give you credit for dying on a hill that you're only going to make it half the way to the top, but it's okay. You won't be at the top of the hill. Well, but I have confidence that you can make it halfway up there.
But one last thing I want to get to quickly. Again,
I love you, though, John. John, keep doing what you're doing, all right? I love you.
Love you, too. I appreciate
it. But I'm
that.
murdering you on the mic, but I love you.
I know.
I'll murder you with love. I'll murder you with love. I won't even have to, decimate you. I can murder you with love.
And I definitely will be hopefully checking out the CCW show in the beginning of May.
Hey, let me know if you want tickets, man.
I will. I definitely will. But like I said, Savage, you're more than welcome to stay on if you want. I promise this time I won't challenge you after the show.
That wouldn't be smart.
That
wouldn't be smart. That wouldn't be smart.
I want to just get into one thing quickly. I know I just want to bring up one quick thing here. I was at Ace this past weekend down in Jersey. It was great to be back in the building again. Mike Morgan always puts on great matches. And there is one match that if you get a chance to see, I hope you get a chance to see it. It was the main event match with Alvin Alvarez, Adam Kerr, and Will Wyeth taking on Darius Carter and Sent to Slaughter. What?
Shout out to Sent to Slaughter. Do me a favor if you're out there. If you see Dan Moff, whatever you do not call him Dan Math.
No, he's one guy I learned not to. He's one guy I definitely don't want to piss off. But there was one part of the match, and if you've seen Kerr and you've seen Danny Moff in action, you know they're not small people. They went over the barricade during this match.
Wow.
And went all the way up through the basically.
Was that a shoot?
I don't know if that was a shoot. All I know is that was that part of the match. I have never seen people hightail it so quickly.
Oh, yeah, because if you come over the barricades, bro, it's open season.
But especially when it's Moth and Kerr.
All wrestlers should know by now the golden rule. All right, people want to come over the barricades and lay hands. You show them exactly why they don't do that. Real quick.
Again, Ace returns to the building in Teaneck on June 20th. We'll have more information as far as the name of the show, matches, in the weeks to come. Wanted to touch on quickly something from NXT tonight because we had a heel turn.
Oh, we did?
This was such a obvious heel turn. Everybody could have seen this coming. Charlie Dempsey is now with Tavian Heights. He is now with the Birthright team. And I'm
Legacy 2.0.
I'm going to say this right now. If you want to have a leader, because I know that originally there was talks of it being David Finlay, but obviously he now went to AEW. I would love for it to be one person.
Well, I mean, you've got the other Finlay in there.
Well, if it's the two of them, I would love for it to be Finlay and William Regal.
Oh, to be the mouthpieces?
I think those two
Or
guys.
the figurehead, rather?
Yeah. But you want to talk about two guys who can get, especially William Regal, who can get heat?
William Regal can get heat by literally just appearing.
Listen, William Regal needs to stay at home and drink his tea and not worry about getting heat, because at his tender age, it could be game over any minute, all right? William Regal is a legend, but he should stay at home. NXT does not need William Regal. NXT needs a lot more than William Regal. What they need to do is fire Ricky Starks, because he's fucking trash. Or Ricky Saints, whatever his name is this week.
So I just want to bring that up. Also want to bring up the fact.
Hey, Ricky, Danhausen's selling more shirts than you. That's pretty embarrassing, man.
No, that definitely is. NWA is April 4th is going to be doing the Crockett Cup 2026 edition. And actually, Savage, one of your clients.
Oh, yeah, Spencer Slade is going to win that with Mondo. Like, it's not even going to be. It's honestly, in my opinion, from what I've heard, that tournament, it's not even going to be competitive. Like, Slade and this guy are, like, going to fucking literally run through everybody. It's going to be a joke.
I'll tell you
More
guys,
gold to their faction.
I was just telling you guys, if you've never seen Slade and Mondo, especially Mondo that we're seeing now, go check them out. Because if you've ever seen a more cohesive tag team, it's the two of them.
Bro, I'm telling you, the Mondo you see now looks like he ate the Mondo from like 15 years ago.
Yeah, Mondo's a big boy, and Slade is one of the best in the world right now, actively doing the thing. Guy could legitimately beat anyone in the ring on any given night. And when I say anyone, I mean anyone. I mean, Roman Reigns would be getting chucked around if this guy got in the ring with him. Brock Lesnar might even be getting chucked around a little bit.
Yeah, it is, like I said, I will put those two over forever. Because you look at a tag team, and we always talk about this, believable tag teams. I can't think of a more believable tag team than Spencer Slade and Mike Mondo.
They'll be killing it on NWA for a while, man.
Yeah, they definitely, and especially with how loaded that tag team division is right now. I mean,
you guys been watching JCW at all?
I've been seeing bits and pieces of it. I've been noticing they've been all of a sudden. What's his face? Vito, Big Vito. I know is all of a sudden now becoming a mainstay with them.
Yeah.
And what's his face? Russo is also a part of it now.
A good friend of mine, Black Dahlia, is doing big things on JCW right now. They're giving her a big, big push. And rumor has it that AEW is even looking at her.
I've heard rumors that AEW's been looking at her for a while. It's been, and this was going back quite a few months ago. So I'm not sure if they're not willing to pull the trigger yet, or because they're waiting to see. where
No,
she
the
fits
problem
in.
is they're looking at too many people. That's what AEW's biggest problem is from day one till now. Too many people on the roster, too much unutilized talent, too many people just sitting around in catering, not having matches, storylines that get stale before they get started, and then the storylines that do get good get cut off because someone gets hurt or some other bullshit reason, or they decide to just cut it. The problem Tony Khan has is he's the only cook in the kitchen. He won't let anyone else in. And this is the result. Too many talents, too many signings, too many things. AEW's phenomenal show. Has potential to be better than WWE every week with the people that they have on that card. The problem is he does not. Listen, being a booker on a major company, probably one of the hardest jobs, because it's not like TV where the show is scripted and people have a specific. I mean, it's scripted in a way, but it's week to week to week to week. It's not like we get to write a season and then we're off for like a year or something like that. And then we'll come back with another season. This is every week, every week, every week, every week. Wednesday night, Friday night.
See the name on there?
Wednesday night, Friday night, Sunday night, pay-per-views, house shows, never-ending bullshit. And dude, it's just fucking hard to have a good show every single fucking week. You know what I mean? Especially when you have too many people to use. It's hard to have consistency in building stars when they're wrestling one week and then maybe you don't see them again for another month and a half. Or they wrestle all these crazy fucking matches and then whatever momentum they had just got killed because they got injured on some stupid unnecessary spot that barely even gets a pop anymore.
Because
that's AEW's biggest problem.
I've said that so many times.
Well, that's the truth. I talk to a lot of young guys from AEW, and the only advice I give them is, dude, you got to slow the fuck down. You got a lot of, I'm not going to name names, but you have potential. You have potential. You have the look. You can wrestle. You can talk. There's no need to, do these certain moves on a night in, night out basis. It's just, that's not wrestling. Wrestling is telling a story in the ring with your moves. The moves they're doing, it's not for telling a story. It's for getting a reaction, a shock, and holy shit, oh my God. They're going for pops as opposed to going for the emotion.
Yeah, no, I completely agree on that. And you see it. So, and my big issue with AEW has been they don't let anything simmer. It's like, the first segment, while people are still realizing what happened, all of a sudden, you're on second, or something like that. And like I said, it's been my issue with them for a while. But Ray, can you pull up? I know we have Revolution coming up.
Yeah. Give me one
by
second.
the way, so you know something. I don't know when it's going to happen. Might be a year or so, but in my experience with everything I've seen and the way things work, Vince McMahon is going to buy back the WWE from TKO with the help of Saudi Arabia.
We talked about that last week. Did I not bring that up last week?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody in the comments was like, "That's fake. You're out of your mind."
I don't know. I think it's a huge possibility because
I think it is too.
There's no bigger marks in the business than the Saudis, because the definition of being a mark is spending money on professional wrestling, and no one spends more money on professional wrestlers to book them than the Saudis. They're giving bums from the Attitude Era $10 million or more to show up. And then the good guys, the legends, get 20, 30, 40 million. They would pay Stone Cold 45 million. They paid Tom Brady $75 million to come play a game of flag football. These are the people we're talking about. And if you think they're marks for Vince, they're marks for Stone Cold, they love Vince. When I say they love Vince like a god. And all he has to do is say, I'm ready. And the money will be there.
And the thing is, it's also been said that if that does happen, he does want to take the company back private.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do the publicly traded, bullshit like that anymore.
At this point in Vince's life, he doesn't need money.
No.
It's not about money, but it's about legacy. If you think Vince is going to just let WWE turn into some entity that's owned by someone else, that's not going to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back the WWF name too, because they have the money to do it. They have the money to do
that, even though they
if
lost
they
the
pay
court
enough.
case?
They'd have to make a deal with the worldwide panda fuckers.
The wrestling pandas.
Yeah, the fucking pandas, the WWF pandas. All right, but anybody can be bought. Anybody, anything can be bought when you have billions to spend.
Like Ted DiBiase said, everybody's got a price.
You know, that was Vince McMahon's original gimmick, right? If he was going to be a wrestler, that would have been his gimmick.
I think that I remember hearing that because back when DiBiase was it Mid-South? That was not even remotely close to the gimmick that he had. He had the black glove loaded up, lay you out with that heel type stuff.
Hey, John Blaine, I'll give you a challenge. I'll send you the address to Vince McMahon's house, and I'll even tell you what day he's there. I want you to go knock on his door.
I'm good on that department. I will put myself in that position. But
there it is.
Ray, we got 10 minutes left in the show. Let's do a quick version of predictions for Revolution.
All right, so we've got AEW Revolution airing from the Crypto.com arena in LA, California this Sunday, March 15th. For the 0 hour pre-show, we have the National Championship. We have Ricochet and a 21 Blackjack Battle Royal, which means the title's defended in a chaotic multi-man format. Do you think Ricochet's going to retain, or he's going to lose it to somebody in this Black Magic?
It should be called the Zero Talent Hour.
I think there's going to be a surprise entrant, and Ricochet drops the title.
Yeah, that WrestlePro's gonna be screwed because they have him. They actually announced that he's defending the title against Akeem at their anniversary show in April.
Oh, really? Well, then if that's, but card subject to change.
I know.
You know what the problem with Ricochet is? He cut better promos 10 years ago. I don't know how you get worse at cutting promos. He was better in the indies at cutting promos.
You're being told too much of what you can't do. That's my honest opinion.
What else is on the card?
All right, so we've got the AEW World Trios Championship, which I guess the challengers will be finalized Wednesday at the show on Wednesday. Fuck, what is it? Yeah. Dynamite. Jesus.
Yeah.
We have the grudge match of Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. That's going to be, after what Swerve did to Brody King last week on Dynamite, hanging him with the chain. I expect this one to be right up Brody King and Swerve's alley. If you're familiar with if anybody watching is familiar with what Swerve did when he was in Lucha Underground, there's a reason why he calls himself the most dangerous man in AEW. As much as I love Brody King, I think Swerve is at a point right now where they are pushing him, and he is not taking the loss on this one.
Well, they didn't pull the trigger on MJF and Brody King, so they're definitely not going to let. Since we haven't gotten Swerve versus MJF yet, like traditional one-on-one storyline yet, I feel that Swerve has to win this to head in that trajectory.
Right. It'll keep him in that upper echelon plane that they want him to be in.
Because they planted a lot of seeds with MJF and Swerve that still have not, come to fruition yet. That fatal four-way doesn't count.
That's right. Then next we have a singles match between Jon Moxley versus Kensuke Takeshita.
All right, I'm going with Takeshita just because he's a better wrestler than Moxley. How about that?
I think Takeshita gets the title for this. And I think Jon Moxley is more than happy to drop the title to Takeshita, who at one point was originally introduced as Moxley's young boy from New Japan.
Listen,
So-
Takeshita is a Japanese man that's as big as Drew McIntyre. Just think about that for a fucking second. Scary.
Oh my God, is he really that big?
He's like 6'5". He's big boy.
Holy shit.
He's
He
a
does
big
not-
man. And he
That's-
wrestles and moves better than half the lightweights. Like, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
And also, I'll say this much: I agree with you that Moxley drops it, but I think he finally takes that vacation.
Right, the one he's been talking about for like 4 years. People got to stop leaving and getting fired and attacking the young, and getting attacked by the Young Bucks in the locker room.
It doesn't matter. Moxley eventually will go back home and they're going to have the Shield reunion and all that bullshit probably in the next 5 to 7 years. So,
Hope not.
And yeah, that's probably exactly what'll happen.
when
Listen,
no one acknowledges Roman Reigns anymore, they'll bring back Moxley. It's time for the Shield Alpha Bravo.
Yeah. Then we have the AEW World Tag Team Dream Match, FTR versus the Young Bucks. If this is going to be anything like any of those FTR Briscoes matches, sign me up.
Who's
I'm
got
all
the
in.
titles right now? The Bucks?
No, FTR.
How long have they had them?
Oh,
wow.
Been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, about 3 months now, maybe a little
maybe
longer.
4 or 5 months.
I will say this much: after what they did, I think it was last week on Collision or Dynamite, where they attacked the Bucks family.
That was not last week. That was.
And
the
who
week
did they
before.
who did they win the titles off of though?
They beat Bandino and
Bandito and Brody King.
All right, so the Young Bucks are going to win this. And the reason I say that is because they recently changed the titles to feature FTR and the Young Bucks. So I feel like the Young Bucks are going to get the dub just so they can be put on that same pedestal as FTR. And maybe they might trade them again, type of thing.
I got
I can-
FTR.
Yeah,
I expect this to be. I expect this to be the first in at least 3 to 4 match series, with this being the first title change happening between the two teams during this series.
1 sec.
I'll just say this part: I think with these two teams, with FTR and the Young Bucks, this is going to be a rivalry that I don't think we're ever going to see an end to, because you're going to see these two teams who are going to sit there and say, "Okay, you guys are good. No, we're better. No, we're better." It's going to be try to one up each other.
Yeah, it's gonna always be who is better, and it's always gonna be a dream match. You're going to have the Bucks. It's gonna be the pendulum effect, right? The pendulum's gonna swing away from FTR and towards the Bucks, and then another year or two down the road, the pendulum will swing back to FTR, and you'll see another FTR Young Bucks match for the titles.
What else we got?
With next, we have for the pre-main event, we have Thekla versus Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Championship.
What was that name? Thekla?
Thekla. Yep.
What is a Thekla?
Thekla. TH.
I've never. Who?
She's fairly new to AEW. She's from Austria. I forget what they call her. The Toxic Spider, I think, is her thing.
Yes, I'm with that.
Toxic Spider. And she's taking on who, Megan Bain?
Chris Statlander for
Chris
the
Stat.
Women's World Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
I think this is where Chris gets her title back. In all honesty.
Oh no.
You think Thekla keeps it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this person that I've never heard of is also the Women's World Champion.
That's right.
Ray, I agree with you. I think Statlander gets the win here.
Mhm.
I think what this sets up for Statlander, Megan Bain, double or nothing. Megan Bain gets the win.
What the hell happened to Tony Storm? And where's Mercedes Moné? All the belt
they made Tony Storm into a mid.
Yeah, Tony's with the conglomeration now. She's with
she's a
Orange
mid now.
Cassidy and all of them.
She's a joke.
Why though? She's better. She's like She's money, bro. I don't know.
That's the question I ask myself every time I see her on TV. Why are you in this segment?
She was like the only thing watchable about that show.
For a while, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know where Mercedes. I haven't seen Mercedes on TV.
I know she's losing independent titles left and right. I know that.
Oh, they're rewriting the ship now and giving all of the independents back their titles.
Yes. She's lost like 5 or 6 or some shit like that.
Gotcha. And then the main event, Texas Death Match, MJF versus Hangman Page.
It's MJF. Come on.
I find it to be MJF. I find it. MJF is going to find a way to win. Damn it!
No, MJF is the best talent they have. Period. Be all end all. Best in ring performer, best entertainer, best on the mic. Overall, in ring ability, MJF's on another level on all these guys. He gets the business in a way that people only wish they did.
And I said this last week. I'll say this
He gets
again.
it in an old school way, man.
It's MJF, the first time I could see him dropping the belt at all in when they're in London to Will Ospreay.
I don't know, man. I
That's if he comes back.
You've been on that for a few weeks, and I can't bite into it. Like, Will's gonna come back and immediately be thrown into the
Swerve
title.
has a better chance of taking the title off MJF than Will. No, nothing to knock Will. Will would be a phenomenal champion in any company.
No, because it's very simple. Will becomes part of the if he obviously all this is precedent on if he comes back or not. We don't know
Right.
the injury status. I could see him being put into the Owen Hart Cup very easily.
Yeah.
I
mean, listen, I would be okay. Would be okay with a.
Here's the truth about a guy like Will Ospreay. If he doesn't just shut the fuck up and come to WWE one day, he will never ever reach his true potential of superstardom that he deserves.
No, I will agree on. But guys, again, AEW Revolution goes down this Sunday. Obviously, we will have your fallout from Revolution next Tuesday. Obviously, it's St. Patrick's Day, so we'll figure out something to do for St. Patty's Day. But I want to thank everybody who was in the comment section. Savage, before we let you go, again, plug everything you have coming up and where people can find you.
Before I go, I'd say this, John. When we do the open mic thing, we should both have to take like 10 shots of tequila before we get in the ring, just to add a little bit to it.
Do it.
Everybody can find me in one place with one name, and it's the name that will echo in the halls of eternity in professional wrestling of all time. Wrestling with Savage, Instagram and every other form of social media possible. Shout out to Jay and John and Ray. And Jay, I just want to say this. I told you Drew McIntyre was going to get that title back, right? Told you. He lost it, but he got it.
No sense what they did, but we'll get into that next week.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even touch on that.
Yep.
I was so pissed.
We'll get into that next week, guys. So, guys, like I said, coming up next week, we'll have your fallout from AEW Revolution. We'll get into the whole thing with Cody winning the title again for a third time. And by that point, we may actually have some matches to talk about for WrestleMania. WrestleMania is only about a month or so away. Also, before I forget, I do want to make another mention of this. If my mouse would actually work with me here. Coming up on May 9th, so mention it one more time, we will be hosting a watch party out by me in Gorham, New York at Simply Greens, which is our sponsors. I want to give them a thank you. There's all the information. You're not going to want to miss it. If you go and you do buy something, mention Around the Ropes, you will save 10% off on your order. This is a big thing for Around the Ropes, so definitely want you guys to come out, check it out, check out the store, and so much more. We'll be live going about 7:30 or so, and we'll be live throughout the entire event that day. Again, guys, it all goes down May 9th right here in Gorham, which is not that far of a drive for, and I know it's a bit of a drive for most people. But again, guys, if you can't come to the store, guys know well, we will be live on here, giving you guys our reactions as well. But guys, again, that's still a couple weeks away. Guys, for Savage, for Jay and Ray, I'm John. This has been another episode of the Around the Ropes Radio Show. We'll catch you guys next week, same time, same channel.
Later.